Howdy, motherfucking doodah. Welcome back to Unfazed and Unbothered. I'm Camo.
I'm Tasha. And can we just take a moment for the fact that we just recorded 15 seconds and we didn't have the camera recording. So then we had to start over, which really
It was a juicy 15 seconds.
It was. And now I'm just so mad about it. But what we were saying is that I've been in pain since last night and I'm ready to knock over everything in the doctor's office today. If they have the audacity to tell me that I'm not dilated or whatever the fucking case may be, because how do you make yourself dilated then, doctor? You need to go ahead and do that now. I don't care if you got to punch.
Could they bring him out today?
Yeah, right.
Could they?
Yeah. I mean, come on, queen. Come on, help.
Bring it on, baby.
No, they couldn't do that. Around I'll be 36 weeks on Saturday, so around this time they'll check to see if I'm dilated or if he's head down, all that. I already know he's head down because I can feel it. It's like he's in my vagina, like his head is there because it's just hurting, girl. It's hurting. I'm dying.
What if your water broke in the middle of an episode?
Queen, we'd be going to the hospital. Hey girls, we're just in labor.
I'm bringing the computer with us.
Welcome back to Unfazed and Unbothered.
Oh my God.
No, I was saying last night, I asked Gavin, I was like, so what happens if my water breaks? And then it takes you forever to get here. And then by the time I get to the hospital, I don't have time to get an epidural. I'm scared. And he was like, I would get you there in 2 seconds. I was like, okay, queen, pop off. So no worries there. I have no life, so I just sit around and think about what could happen. You know what I'm saying? Who does that? who the fuck does that? Just I haven't had Greenlee here with me all week, and I've called Cam 11 times, and yeah, it's just rough out here. What do you do when you don't know what to do? You cry and pass away. And so, I think I don't know how to not be a mom anymore. I genuinely get sad. Yesterday I was depressed because Greenlee wasn't here. And then I called her on FaceTime and she didn't want to talk to me because God forbid she talk to me while she's at Glee's house. She does not want to talk to me. I'm like, queen, you literally ripped my whole vagina open. I birthed you and you want to
be nice to mama.
Right. And I can't hear out of my left ear and I'm about to punch somebody in the face. Okay, I hear it. Okay.
Oh, well, I can't hear it all now.
You know what? Can we hey, queens, can we get a new set? Managers. Anyways.
These chords. We could do better. There are a few shorts. No complaints, so.
Ain't no complaints. A Roxanna Bank. A fuck what you think. Remember that shit? You remember that shit?
Wait, what was it?
I don't know. I just sung I'm not allowed to rap again.
Was it that song that we used to get down to?
Roxanna Bank. Fuck what you think.
I'm thinking of a different one. What was that?
I think it's probably
But Russ, you ain't shit. Do a bit. What was it? Remember that?
Yeah.
Diamonds drip.
But we would literally only listen to the beginning. And
I'll be like, she's a little freak. She's busting.
Yeah. Yes.
Good song, but don't fuck Russ. I actually like Russ, so. Yeah, purr. So today's episode is going to be Instagram versus reality, the highlights versus the behind the scenes. There's a lot we could put in this episode. I think as creators and people who post online, we all contribute to this. What is it? What am I trying to say? I don't want to sound stupid.
We all contribute to posting what we want people to see versus the bad parts. That's why we came up with the highlight reel versus reality.
Yeah.
Because obviously because we were talking about this the other night. I don't like getting on social media and seeing stuff that puts me in a bad mood. And obviously anybody can post what they want, whatever. I'm not trying to say oh, can we stop doing that? But for me, when I get on TikTok, I like seeing stuff that's uplifting and
makes me laugh.
Yeah, funny and stuff like that. So therefore, when I put out content, I do the same because I know that if I didn't do that, people would be like, okay, but now this is depressing. I don't want to watch
I
this.
will say I've cried a time or two on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's okay. Every once in a while, I feel like that's fine. But there's some
There
people
are
that do it
people who
every day,
yeah, girl,
and I also don't agree with people like doing that for like attention or views.
capitalizing off of traumas and
Yeah,
yeah, I agree. I see a few people on there, and the only time I ever see them on my For You page is when they're crying about something. And I'm like, okay, is this how you're getting your coin? Because I'm embarrassed for you.
now you can also tell a difference. Like there's a girl, and I like her. There's a difference between capitalizing and then actually having like some kind of mental health issue,
Yeah.
where you're always like depressed and stuff like that. It does like it is kind of scary
But if you're
because
really depressed
to
and
get some help
whatnot,
or
go, yeah,
something.
go get help. Like, don't just keep posting it online.
Because for me, like everybody's different, everybody copes different. But for me, when I was in a bad place or I was on drugs or whatever, the like drinking and all that, I just would stay away from social media. I think the only thing I did was like maybe post on my Instagram story, but like nobody knew that like I was hurting. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Which
Um,
is not to say that you can't post online when
right.
you're hurting. Like, that's not what we're saying at all. It's like when every video you post is just sadness.
Yeah.
Girl, like, I feel for you. My heart goes out to you, but I'm tired of seeing it. Go,
Yeah.
please seek the help that you need and deserve, heal, and come back when you got something that's going to put a smile on my face, please. Thank you.
Yeah. But I also feel too, like with some of my videos, people always say like, "Oh my gosh, like you're so like when I post up with Green, like you're so gentle." Like they use another word. I guess like I'm patient and stuff like that. And I'm like, girl, it is not always like that. You know
Mm-mm.
what I'm saying? Like there are so many times where I get very frustrated. There's been times where I'll call my husband like I'm crying because I'm just so frustrated. Sometimes Greenlee wakes up and she's in a bad mood all day. She cries about everything. She can't express to me the way she's feeling because she just chooses not to. It's not always easy, but the thing is you can't really judge a life off of social media.
No, not at
Like
all.
even with the people that I guess I can't mention names because I don't know how that works without being sued and all that shit. But that family that was being talked about on that podcast that has the YouTube channel.
Oh, we can talk about that. But I
You
mean, well, whatever.
you would think that they had it all made, and then in reality, they're falling apart because of what they put on social media. That's why I never judge something or someone off social media. Obviously, like you can't really do that.
Well, the game is all about making your life look as wonderful and glamorous as possible. And like prime example, I do it too. Like I'm not saying that I don't do it, but like when I was in LA, me and Trent, we went to this secondhand store. It's in Fairfax if you are in LA. It's called Second Street. I think that's what it's called. Amazing place. It's like an upscale Plato's Closet. And we found matching Tory Burch bags. And they were like these tiny, cute bags. And they're like $500 bags. They both were brand new. I got mine for $12. It's real. Trust me. I did this for a living for a long time. She's been an entrepreneur. I can tell fake from a mile away, and I don't do that shit. But I posted a video about, I was like, if you and your bestie don't have matching Tory bags, and people were like, wow, you make these influencers famous and now they go all designer. Girl, it was secondhand, but I didn't tell that in the video. And so everyone, saw them like, oh my God, they're rich and famous. And I'm like, girl, it's not what you think. But look at my cute bag. It's cute.
Yeah, like same thing for like I have a Gucci bag and people I remember posting about it on TikTok months back and people said the same thing. They're like, "How do you afford this?" Girl, I did not. I didn't buy this. My dad bought this for me. Thank you.
Thank
It
you,
was a
Pops.
it was a Christmas present. You know what I mean?
But also, like, here we are sitting on set. And if I were to turn the camera over, girl, there's Tasia's kitchen. We're not on some, like, studio set right now. So you just never know. I mean, people, they put online what they want you to see.
Hmm.
Which then makes me wonder, like, why are people only posting sad stuff? Is that like all that they want people to know of them? I don't know. Huh.
Well, I also think too, social media can be like a way, like a therapy for some people. For me, social media is not that for me. Like, so if I'm on social media too much, like it messes with my head. Like I have an addiction. Like I'm always on my phone, and
Same.
it's bad. Like I need to not do that.
Does yours tell you how long you're on your phone? Like, do you
No,
get the
because
pop-ups?
why on earth would I look at that? That would
No,
be
I
so
get
depressing.
fucking pop-ups and it'll be like, your screen time this week is 10 hours a day. And I'm like, well, fuck, I was only up for 12 hours. Shit.
Probably because you're on yours a lot.
Oh, yeah, I am. But what's crazy is when I was in LA, I would get those pop-ups and it was like, your screen time is down significantly. And I was like, only on there for like 6 hours a day because I was just working. But I'm here, I'm like usually bored in Georgia. So I'm like always on my phone.
Well, with that, we need to go on a break and we will be right back.
Welcome the fuck back.
So we just went on a little break and we originally were talking about the highlight reel versus reality and how most people do this. And I think for me, I used to do it a lot more, like when I was on Vine and stuff like that. I started only posting what people wanted to see, and now I post what I want. But like, so on Vine, I got made fun of a lot, and I think we talked about this before, but TikTok filters out.
Oh yeah, you can't be a bully comments on TikTok.
Right, but on Vine, it wasn't like that. People bullied you, and it is what it is. And so imagine being like a teenage kid and like trying to grow into yourself and grow. And then you're posting stuff that you're confident in. And then you're having people shut you down online. So the longer I was on Vine, the more I just started forming into this person that people would like more.
What's crazy is none of those people would ever have the courage or balls to say any of that to anybody's face.
Right.
That's what is just mind blowing to me.
I had started making videos, when I was in high school. My hair was natural. Like I didn't bleach my hair and shit. And I used to do these like voices and people would say I was annoying and they said stuff about because my voice was raspy. Like they asked me, did I smoke? And I'm like, I'm in high school, no queen, but okay. And so I just started to get very insecure, went through an eating disorder. And so I would literally post stuff like I started dyeing my hair, like bleaching my hair. Always going to the tanning bed, posting like aesthetic pictures on Instagram. You would have thought I lived in LA, and I live in literally Georgia. Like even if you go to my Instagram now, all the way down, and you can literally see the difference. And I remember people used to say stuff about my Instagram pictures after I had posted on there for years. They'd be like, "This is the Tasia that we love," and I'm thinking, well, that's the Tasia that I don't love, and she's far gone. I still get, comments and people are like, oh my gosh, this picture is everything. And I'm like, no, it's not. And
you have no idea what I was going through.
Yeah. Or they'll say, can you post your old Vines? No, I'm not posting my old Vines. That's not who I am. And I'm not doing that. If you want to see my old Vines, you can watch them on YouTube. There's
compilations,
period. And so I think we're all guilty of doing that or doing it one time in our lives.
I think everyone, even non-creators do that shit because you get on Facebook and you'll see everyone posting these cutesy pootsy photos of them and their significant other. And they're just like so happy-go-lucky, Mr. Stink. And then in real life, they're cheating or they're in an abusive, which I feel for you, but they're like in abusive relationships or very toxic relationships. But online, they're posting all these cutesy pootsy photos. And like, everyone's like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. This bitch is crying her eyes out every night. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Social media is a sickness, but you know what? Here we are all together in this space. Yeah.
But yeah. And for me, because we talked about this in a previous episode that came out last week. For me, to come back to social media, I had to really sit and think about like what I wanted to be and like who I wanted people to view me as and stuff like that. And that's why when I came back to social media, I was very transparent about like where I had been and what I had been through, because I wasn't going to be scared of people finding things out and trying to shame me, especially the people that are involved around the person who sexually assaulted me years ago.
Mm-hmm.
For years, they had done that to me and like would try to like expose me and shit. And I'm like, girl, you cannot shame the shameless. And they tried to do that when I first came back to social media, and they were probably shook when I was embarrassing myself. Like, I am making fun of myself. This
that
is
was
me.
the biggest fuck you to them. They were like,
Yeah.
what? We can no longer get under her skin? Damn it, my life's purpose is over.
Yeah. And so I'm very proud of that, because nobody can make me feel a certain way. Just like when I posted the video of the mugshot t-shirt and people were like, when did it become a thing to glamorize, DUIs? Like, queen, pop
Move
off.
the fuck on.
Yeah, like nobody's glamorizing nothing. I'm allowed to talk about what I've been through.
Absolutely.
And if you don't like it, then that has everything to do with you, queen.
But I think there's no harm in faking it till you make it. That's just social media for you. I mean, I see it all the time. I see people I know in real life, and looking at their life online, I'm like, oh my God, they have it together. And then I talk to them in real life and they're like falling apart.
Well, also, like, I remember when I got out of prison, I didn't know that I wanted to get back on social media. And so like I was working a regular job and I was told to be, aware of what I'm posting on social media. And so there was a lot of things that just didn't sit right with me. Because I had found myself in a different kind of way when I went to prison. So when I got out, I was like, I'm not going to let anybody try to tell me how to live my life. I'm not going to let anybody I'm done with that. And I'm over tolerating shit that I don't want to tolerate. And so that's why I stopped working that job. And I started doing social media, because that's what I feel comfortable doing. This is what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. But that is also, there's a lot of people that they probably can't voice their opinion online, or they feel like they can't talk about certain things that they've been through because of their job or whatever. And I've even had companies that don't work with me or they didn't because of my criminal history or whatever. And my feelings are not hurt. Like, I don't want to work with you. If you can't respect what I've been through and like my journey and like where I'm at today, I would never want to work with you. And it's embarrassing that that's even a thing, especially when your career is on social media, So. Speak, friend. Are you okay?
I'm barely awake. Can we talk about the fact that Tasia texted me last night and she said, you'll be at my house at 8 a.m.? And I was like, more like 9. Bitch, I didn't pull up until 11:45.
And guess who was still in bed sleeping?
Still asleep.
I was still asleep. I love my sleep.
I was banging on the door for a solid 5 minutes until I had a FaceTimer. She opens her little eyes. Hello. Are you here? I'm like, damn, bitch. I'm late as fuck. I thought you'd be sitting at the fucking table waiting. No.
It's hard for me to, like, I can't sleep at night anymore. So, like, I'll go to sleep kind of like later. And so then I sleep. I like to sleep in. And
you'd be surprising me. You'd be FaceTiming me at like 2 a.m. and I'm like, what is this bitch doing awake?
Yeah, because I'm almost to the finish line and I don't know what it is about you just can't sleep like that.
I can't imagine having I am a little envious of you ladies because I would love to carry a baby. I don't want to carry a gun. I want to carry a baby, okay? That's the type of carrying I want to do, okay? I want to carry a baby and look down and be like, you're inside mama.
It's fucking hard.
Dude, I think uterus transplants are going to be a thing.
But like, Gavin always tells me, he's like, you just were not made to be pregnant. And I'm like,
no, but once the baby's here, it's going to be a magical experience.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I've been around so many friends and people who have babies, and it is such a magical experience obviously your pussy's being ripped to shreds, so that part I would not be looking forward to. But just like the aftermath and like watching you hold a baby and just like, holy shit, like that came out of my pussy. Like you carried that for 9 months, you know? Like I feel envious. I'll never get to experience that. And I think about that all the time. Like, and if I could get pregnant, where would it come out? Or would I have to get a C-section? These are the questions that keep me up at night. And I think about it all the time. I would be a beautiful mother.
Yes, queen.
Yeah, and I'm so sad. Me and Trent, we cry about this all the time. We do. We literally call each other and we're like, I want to be pregnant. I'm like, fuck you, bitches.
Some people are like they really enjoy it. I am not one of those people. Now, I love my kids, but do I like being pregnant? No, I don't.
I probably wouldn't like the pregnancy part either, but to know that I was about to give birth to life, that is beautiful. Like, no, honestly, like, not even being funny. Like, the other day, I was with my friend, Sister Jay, and we were with his sister, Candy. Hey, what's up? Shout out. And she was, like, holding her baby, and her babies are so precious. And I was like...
She just had a baby?
Yes, like a month ago. And I was like, oh, my God. And her other daughter is so precious. And I was like, I want to be a mom.
Yeah, it's definitely...
I want to have mom in my bio.
That's so me. In my bio, it says mother, or it says Jesus is king, mother, wife. Like, thank you.
Why can't I have that in my bio?
It's a thing, but my mom called me out because when we were saying shit about like wearing mama stuff, she was like, how are you going to say that when you were just wearing a mama t-shirt months ago? I said, don't ever call me out like that.
Did you forget?
No, I guess I did, but... I guess I did, but when she said that, I was like, okay, that's right. I even saw a picture of me in Greenlee and I'm wearing the mama t-shirt. But honestly, in my defense, it was leopard print. It was very cute and gorgeous. And honestly, like I've been seeing these sweatshirts online that says like mama, little man, and like...
Well, it has to be tastefully done. So I guess it was tastefully done.
Yeah, it was tastefully done. So yeah, and then I started seeing these mama sweatshirts on this Facebook thing and I'm like, but I made a whole episode saying that I wouldn't do that, but I'm definitely going to do that because it's fucking cute. You know? I guess it just has to be, tastefully done. But like some people like wear these like $5 necklaces that say it and shit. And like,
girl, your neck is green.
Or they'll get it tattooed, mama. First of all, come on, queen. Come on, queen. And second of all, I'm having heartburn and I'm about to die.
It's the fucking coffee. Every time you get that coffee, you're like, oh, my heart's on fire.
Yeah, I've never had heartburn until I was pregnant. So it's like, fuck.
It is miserable. You don't have Tums?
Yeah, but I don't like them. They taste like ass water.
I actually love ass water.
I don't. I'm scared.
I love a Tum. In my Tum. Is it the peppermint ones? Those are the best, just saying.
No, they're like flavor. I don't know.
Ew, the fruit ones.
Ew, they taste like butthole. Okay, on that note, we're going to go on a break and we'll be right back.
We are here. We are queer. Well, I am. Oh, bless you, pumpkin.
Oh my gosh, excuse me. Thank you so much.
Well, maybe while we're... Oh, what's that little noise? That was scary. So we're talking about the highlights versus reality. You know, I think also a lot of people deal with people on the internet thinking that they know who they are suddenly because they share content online, and they think that because this person posts this type of video that this is how they are. And like, you have to realize that everyone who posts online also came out of someone else's pussy. So we're all human beings. And so at the end of the day, no matter if you got 500 followers or 500 million followers. Is that even a number? 500 million? Yeah, it's a number. Okay, cool. You're still just a regular person, but like, you don't know people based off of their content, because some people are straight up share everything online. Then you know every little detail of their lives, and then other people just post silly skits or things, and then like people be in the comments and they suddenly have them figured out. And it's just not the case. Like, you don't know these creators. You don't know them like you think you do, okay? Because I know a lot of people who put shows online and they live this whole facade online.
Yeah.
And offline, they are not that person whatsoever.
Right.
Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. Like, that's their brand. Get it how you live, mama. I feel like I'm more transparent with who I am, but I also don't overshare. Like, you don't ever really see me post, oh, who the fuck calling me? My little sister. Hey, Letitia. Mm, I'm ADHD as fuck. Sorry, Jazz. Can't talk right now, mama. What was I saying? Fuck.
How you don't put stuff online.
Oh, yeah. I don't really post, like, my relationships or when I'm, like, talking, and not saying that there's anything wrong with people who do that, but, like, me personally, I don't do that. And, like, if I tomorrow was dating somebody, it would take a lot for me to post them online. A lot. Like, lots of proving themselves. But, no, like, kind of touching back to, like, last week's episode, you know, a lot of people, I had, like, a war in my comments last night, um, over me saying purr. Um, and people were just creating all these narratives for me. And, like, y'all have no idea who I am at all whatsoever. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I really fail to understand how I am a part of a problem by saying purr. Like, that's not taking away from anybody's life experience. It's not harming anybody. It's it's simply a vocab word. And apparently, I'm a racist, white trash, scum of the earth because I say purr.
Well, also because you're choosing to speak on it as well.
Right.
People
And
that
and I'm
are
tired of having to be quiet and keep my mouth shut. Like, I see eye to eye on like
Mhm.
95% of these situations, but and I know that there's, you know, a lot of white people who be speaking and they're just it's just ignorant as fuck and they just need to keep their fucking mouth shut, keep it cute, keep it mute. And I'm not one of those people. Like, I'm not sitting here being ignorant online by saying purr. And people have got their feelings hurt and now they're creating all these narratives and like creating all these stories. And I'm like, girl, you have no idea who I am at all. Like, it's
Yeah.
embarrassing. And actually a mutual that I actually really liked unfollowed me. I'm assuming from that. I was rooting for you ahead of the hoochies. I don't know why she unfollowed me, but Toodles, bon voyage, I unfollowed back. Like, bitch, what did I do to you? Purr. Anyways, yeah, but like, people see what you post online and they think they have you figured out. They know your whole personality. They know who you are. They know where you live. They know your upbringing and blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh, this silver spoon white cracker. Bitch, I was fucking poor growing up. I lived in a goddamn thrift store. You don't know anything about me. I have struggled and I have fought to get where I am in this world. And so, anyways, that's all on that.
Yeah, but I also feel like people do things and they push you to speaking on something, and then when you speak on it, they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have spoke on
Y'all
that."
are doing too damn much.
Yeah, because you absolutely should have spoken on it.
Right, because it's like people want you to feel like they have, or they want to make you feel like they have some type of power over you. And so what they want from me is for me to get online and be like, I am so sorry. I am a horrible, shitty person. I fucked up. And I'm just not going to do that because I know I didn't. Like, if I was saying slurs, or if I was like being racially insensitive, or if I was actually being racist, girl, I would have came out, I would have taken a break off social media and I would have came back with a heartfelt apology. But that's just not who I am. I'm not a racist. And so I'm not going to sit here and let people paint me out to be somebody that I'm not because I say the word purr or period. Like, those words date back so long ago. Like, I remember, like, Boogie, my aunt, she always says period. And she's been saying that since fucking the 90s.
My grandparents say that too. That's funny.
And period. And I'm like, and when I hear it in today's day, I start laughing because I'm like, okay, now it's like a popular term. And they're like, what's so funny? And I'm like, period. And they're like, what?
Like, you're making fun of them. And I'm like, no.
But like, what did they do? They just stole that from somebody off TikTok? The word period existed long before it became a trend.
Yeah.
And that's not racially exclusive. So, yeah. But y'all got me so figured out.
Period per.
Yeah.
I'm actually starving. Like my train of thought is like going out the window because I'm so hungry.
I feel like we're just so dead on this episode.
Because we're hungry, Queen.
I'm not hungry. I'm just dead inside.
And my heart is burning. Heartburn.
Well, shit, girl. Yeah, her heart's burning. My titties turning.
I want to know why this coffee makes my heart burn though. Like
it's very acidic.
I'm about to call corporate.
1-800-Starbucks.
I'm so sick of this shit. I really rooted for them. Dunkin' Donuts would never.
No, Dunkin' Donuts is trash.
Yeah, I'm not even.
I'm sorry, but people be like, "Oh, yeah, you like Starbucks? Wow, you think you're just so hot shit, bitch."
Dunkin' Donuts is too sweet for me,
dude. Let me tell you, every time I've ever been to Dunkin' Donuts, I don't like my drinks syrupy. I don't like my drinks sweet. I don't have any syrups in this drink, and when I go, sometimes I want like just like ever so slight
and they fuck it up every time.
Yeah, and I'll be like, "Can you put 1 pump of vanilla?" Oh, sure. I just want to know what their pumps are because 1 pump is diabetes.
I used to work there years ago. It's a big ass bottle. So when you do 1 pump, they're going 1. A lot comes out.
Okay, see. I was thinking that they were looking at me and were like, okay, this fat ass forgot to say they want 24 pumps.
It's just the way that the containers are.
Girl, because
now things might have changed since then.
No, I can't remember the last time I went to Dunkin' Donuts, but like I've even told them like I want half a pump.
And
half a pump. And it's so sweet. And then watered down, I can't. Like I'm just not a Dunkin' girl. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll get it on DoorDash, and every time I'm disappointed. Like I'm serious. Like every time it does not taste good. It tastes
I would be calling 911.
It tastes like shit. And then there's like so many times where like I'll put on the DoorDash that I do want cream in it, and it'll be black. Like it'll be a ice black coffee with some flavor, and I'm like, this is so fucking disgusting.
And DoorDash doesn't refund you, don't they? I don't think they do.
No, they do refund you, but not for like error on Dunkin' Donuts' part. You get what I'm saying? I guess they could they could. But the only time that I've ever complained on DoorDash was the other day when that bitch read my fucking text message and I had 30 minutes after my delivery to talk to them and they closed out of the chat.
The Chili's.
Yeah, because I didn't get my fucking sauce. Now, I was pissed. I was very pissed and I never have done that. And I had to ask for forgiveness because I felt bad after. But I was like, I know you saw my text message about the sauce. I know you did. What if I had cash here, Queen, and I was going to give you more money? Because I would have done that, Queen. I just wanted my sauce. And then I made a fucking TikTok about it, and people were like, they changed the recipe. There's no sauce. Well, I don't want none of this then. Take all this shit back. These quesadillas are dry as a fucking Brillo pad. No, I'm serious. The only thing that made these bitches good was that fucking sauce. It's like bacon and chicken quesadillas, but I get the bacon off. It was so fucking dry.
Oh, no.
I even looked at my husband's box. He got the same thing to see if I could steal his sauce.
Mm-mm.
They didn't put it in there.
It wasn't sauced up.
Y'all need to say that. Y'all need to say, we changed the recipe. But also, when I ordered it, it said the sauce on there. So you fucking lied. I mean, could you at least...
lying sack of shit.
Could you at least give me some ranch or something? Like, I'm
right, who wants a dry-ass quesadilla?
I'm pissed.
No sour cream in there at all either?
Yes, but it was water. Like cottage cheese, honey.
Oh,
and I went to, it was like that. And I'm like, y'all really fucked with the wrong one today. Y'all fucked with a almost 9-month pregnant motherfucker. And I am that motherfucker.
I thought about you the other day. I went to this thrift store and they actually had some Chili's benches for sale. And I was like, oh my God, Tasia.
Why the fuck would I want a Chili's bench? Put it in Greenleaf room?
No, I don't think you would want it. But it just it reminded me of you because I was like thinking about that video killed me. Especially the end of it when you were like, they post these cute and gorgeous sexy pictures and it's just cute and gorgeous sexy.
Well, the videos, it bothers me. Like every time I get on TikTok, these people are, could you imagine being famous on TikTok and people are asking, well, what do you do? I just look like this. That's embarrassing. No, like I'm serious. Like I would be like very embarrassed. Like when people ask me what I do on TikTok, I'm like, oh, I just like talk about my experiences and, you know, I have a podcast like that. I couldn't imagine being like, I don't speak at all. I just use the audio and I get on there and I look at myself and they hear. That's weird.
I hate that. I hate when people, when I explain to people that I do TikTok for a living. And they're like, oh, yeah, so you do the dances. And I'm like, no. Bitch, you will never catch me dead doing that shit.
No, I know.
I've posted a few, like, quote-unquote dance TikToks, but it was never following the trend. It was always me just being silly.
Yeah.
I'll do that a time or two, but, like,
I feel like never. Like, when you ask us, like, what we do, like, I really do feel like we're a voice.
Yeah, but see, when you say that you do TikTok for a living, they automatically think that you're Addison Rae out here.
Yeah.
Which, beautiful, gorgeous queen.
Yes, she is.
But, like, I don't do dance TikToks.
But, like, for example, with her, she's, like, so famous, so it's, like, doesn't even fucking matter. Like, she's not even, I'm not even talking about her when I say this. But there's, like, creators that maybe they have, like, 6 million.
Uh-huh.
And then they want their views, they wonder why their views are down. People are bored.
Right.
You only look pretty so many times, and now you just look like the average.
Right, girl. Like, I'm tired of seeing it. Like, step your pussy up.
No, seriously. It's like, what? I've noticed that. Like, I used to think, like, some people were like, oh, she is so cute and gorgeous. And then I see her so many times, and I'm like,
I'm tired.
Basic. Move on.
Like, not interested.
Yeah, like, it's like, damn, queen. Like, damn, I'm fucking tired of seeing it, queen. But however you get your bag, I guess.
Yeah, no, dude, the other day I went to this coffee shop with my girly Jay, and the people there were like, so, like, what do y'all do for a living? Y'all are so cool. This bitch was like, she's a TikTok influencer.
I'm sorry.
I was like, now they think I dance for a living.
No, see, I always say when people ask, which is so odd to me because that's like an actual, like, popular question, but, like, I would never go up to somebody like, so what do you do?
No, I would never.
Imagine doing that and, like, you know.
I feel like, okay, honestly.
I just say I'm a social media, or I do social media marketing.
Yeah, I always just say I make silly videos online. And then they'll be like, oh, you sell nudes. I'm like, that's not what I said. But, pop off, queen. No, but I feel like a lot of people, they'll ask that kind of question, like, what do you do for a living? To kind of gauge the level of respect they can give you.
It's just annoying and rude. Like, what if somebody, you know, works at Dunkin' Donuts and they say that and the look on your face, like,
right? Because I've had a lot, especially like being in LA, being around like bigger people. When they meet you for the first time, they're like, "Oh, so what do you do for a living?" And I'm like, "Bitch, if I told you I was flipping burgers at McDonald's, you'd been like, okay," and you would have stopped talking to me.
That's just, I feel like that's not a question that I would ever ask. So when people ask that, it immediately gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
And then, like, when I say social media marketing, they're like, oh, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What do I mean? Like, I don't want to have this conversation.
Just look my name up. Figure it out.
I mean, it's just, I hate that question. I just do. I always have. I
agree.
Because I remember working at Zaxby's and people used to ask that. And I'd be like, I work at Zaxby's. Like, I'm serious. But I was also like, I was 18.
See, that's normal. If you're like 20 and under and you're working fast food, it's totally, I mean, I guess it's normal for anyone to work at fast food now, especially because like, they're upping the wages. But like,
people look, that question should not be asked. Like, I work out, I just work. Thank you for asking. Are you hungry? You want a chicken tender? Like, why are you asking me that? But yeah. Anyways, that sums up our episode for today.
It's been beautiful.
It's been gorgeous.
It's been great and gravy.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications.
Please, if nothing else, please just turn on the post bell notifications. Please, but I beg you, please.
Just rate. Put a heart or something.
Yeah, just put a heart.
Put a little heart or something. A little chingy chime. You know, like you sing music, but you really don't. Anything. Put an apple, a strawberry, a ball headed plankin. Okay, so anyways, I love y'all. Thank y'all. God bless.